What's up, guys? Today let's look at Figma number 643 2B, which is short for Your Heart number 2 type B. This is the third anime 2B figures we got in recent years. The first one is Buzzmod. The second one is SHF. And there is a fourth one, which is from NieR. That one is 19 and has silicone hips, probably coming out next year, early next year. Yeah. The reason why we didn't get as many video game version of her is Square Enix likes to keep their greedy little hands on their video game properties, like their Final Fantasy figures. Anyway, let's look at the figure. I'm just gonna get it straight out of the way. This is the overall best 2B, well, anime 2B figures on the market right now. And if you have decent amount of budget and trying to get one 2B, this is the one. All right, with that out of the way, let's look at the figure. The overall proportion of the body, the legs, are very nicely done and pretty accurate to the anime. I really like the overall proportion. It looks very good. Definitely a big step forward compared to both SHF and Buzzmod. However, there are a couple of things I noticed. The first is, I think her head is tiny bit too small, which is fine. In the anime, she has a really big head. Now her head looks a bit smaller. The second thing is the sleeve here. They have no scope on them. Remember, these things are supposed to be feather, and on Buzzmod and SHF, they all have details on them. Although in a lot of the anime shot, especially the action scene, they didn't draw anything on it. So that's the thing. And also, look at the hand here. You notice something? This two little dot here are supposed to be painted. I'll give you an example. See, they're supposed to be painted. The SHF one is not sculpted, so the paint job is super sloppy. But Buzzmod one is painted pretty decently. The third thing is the boob window. I actually checked the anime, and this is not it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to, like, the shape, the sizes is pretty accurate, but shape is more like the SHF one. So that's it. That's three things. No, that's four things. I don't think any of them is a big deal. You can decide for yourself, all right? Outside of that, it's very nicely done. The glossy boot, the matte finish on the dress, the puffy shoulders. The hair actually, I feel like in terms of the sharpness of the sculpt, it's slightly better than usual Figmas, so that's pretty good. Yeah, very nice looking figure with a few little caveat. Anyway, let's look at her articulation. The head is on a, what is it called? A ball hinges connect to a ball. Is pretty common for anime figure and Japanese figures. I'm gonna show you here. So the hinges handles looking up and down, and the ball on the back handles tilt. Okay, and there's also single ball joint at the bottom of the neck, so she can look up. The hair, there's a piece of hair that's articulated, by the way. She can look up pretty well, look down also pretty well, mostly due to the bottom of the neck, left and right, and a little bit tilt. Tilt could be better. Yeah. For shoulder is a ball joint on a butterfly joint. The way they cut the shoulder is that basically you have to maintain this kind of arm stretching outward position, because if you want her arm to drape a little bit, you're going to see joint right here. SHF handles it much better because of they basically cut deeper and use a bigger ring to put the ball joint in, right? If you move them, you basically do not see the joint, and they actually has slightly better butterfly range. You can see here. Yeah, because the shoulder is bigger on Figma. However, the arm range, the elbow range is much better on Figma. This is very good range. Although the joint here, they probably should paint it white, but you know, painted joint tend to have breakage issues, so maybe not. And center wrist ball for torso. Diaphragm joint is very good on her, although there will be gap on the back. Looking up, very good, and no gap here. And of course, to the side, a little bit gap here, but very good side tilt. And of course, rotation. The joint feels amazing, by the way, where it's very tight and very smooth. The bottom waist joint, you don't get much. Back, a lot more, and side a little bit. So she got really good crunch. Like, although it looked ugly on the back, but the range is there. Also really good back bend. So yeah, this is the main advantage Figma have over the other two figures, because their torso really sucks. For hip, gonna use this side here. Kick to 90, no problem. No drop down, by the way. You can kick all the way back, and for to the side, only 45. But these are going to be on the way regardless, so it's not a huge deal. And of course, side cut here, and it is similar to Amazing Yamaguchi. It has a ball joint here. I think either here or here. I can't, probably here, yeah. For knee, really good range, by the way, because they cut out a part here. For ankle, back, good. Forward, really good. Tilt, good range, and of course rotation. So outside the shoulder is not the best, and she can't kick to the side a lot, and also limited tilt. The overall articulation is very good, especially sorry, on the torso area. All right, let's look at her accessories. Gonna put her back. For accessories, she is also not the one who come with the most or the least, but I'll say she come with the most complete package. For faces, get a max face, looks to the side. You get a visor on yachting face. You get a red eye face. They're all pretty well done though. Like, one thing about all these three 2B figures is that their faces are all very well done. For hand, you get these two open hand come with the body, and 7 extra. Fist, gripping hand, relaxed hand, and the hand to hold the cube. There it is. There it is. And let's look at our weapons. The Virtuous Contract and the big Virtuous Treaty. They're all very well done, and the paint job is sharper than both SHF and Buzzmod, so that's very nice. And I really appreciate they paint the paint the blade here, sort of this, because in the anime the blade is not pure silver, it's this whitish color, so this is more accurate. All right, and the usual Figma stuff, the baggie, the stand and spare joint. Pretty standard stuff. And oh yeah, totally forgot the pod and the little connecting piece you use for the pod. I think you're supposed to insert here. Yeah, you're supposed to insert here. I'm going to hit it out later and connect it probably at her arm or somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try it out later. Now, this is the section we compare all of these three and the 2B. And let's starting with proportions and accuracy to the show. Something I already mentioned before is the boot window and the the proportion thing. As you can see, this is definitely the most accurate. The problem with SHF is that the torso is way too lean, especially the leg. It's very thin, and this is probably because in Japan these are supposed to be sold at stuff like big camera and supermarket and stuff. So general release like has to be censored a little bit. I think there's a Naruto figure I can't remember the name of. Well, I know what it is, but I can't pronounce it in English. Got the same treatment, basically a breast reduction. Yeah. And the problem with Buzzmod is that because of the, let me grab her here. Because of the cloth good, her abdomen section looks very big, like bigger than it should be. And also the visual inconsistency between the cloth good and soft PVC. And her lower leg, in terms of scope, is actually pretty good, but unfortunately it's too long. Let me show you here. like you can see how long her leg is. You can like top the difference between them in terms of height, top of the head and the leg here. Basically, her leg is very, very long, so makes her look very weird if you look closely. So yeah. In terms of accessories, they're somewhat similar. SHF come with 5 faces in total. Buzzmod and Figma come with 4. SHF has an unmasked yelling face, a closed eyes face. Buzzmod has a masked gritty's face and a unmasked looks to the side face. The rest are pretty much the same, right? In terms of hand, SHF come with 7 in total. It doesn't have the hand to hold the cubes because it doesn't come with one, and doesn't have relaxed hand, but it does have a salute hand, which none of these two have. This is especially the same as a shame because she is the only one that can do the salute pose, but she doesn't come with the hand, so that's unfortunate. Buzzmod come with same amount of hand as Figma, except for no cube holding hand, and of course no cube. In terms of weapons, unfortunately, SHF does not come with Virtuous Treaty. She only come with Virtuous Construct, so that's a big deal. Buzzmods come with both. And for pod, all of them come with pod, but however, the Buzzmod one is, like, it doesn't even paint it metallic. Why? It look like shit. Alright. And lastly, Buzzmod come with a signature swappable leg piece. Pretty much any Buzzmod figure come with this, so that's unique to them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, Figma does not come with the most amount of stuff, but it comes with a complete package, which is everything you need except for the salute hand, which I don't know why they didn't include it. That's a big shame. I'll try if the SHF hand fit on the Figma one. And with some heat, you can't use it. Yeah, just be careful. You need to heat it up. Anyway, articulation comparison. Let's go. Like I said before, this wins out by a lot. Let's go over it one by one. The neck is about the same. Buzzmod is slightly better. They all share the same design, but Buzzmod has slightly better range. For shoulder, Figma actually has the worst range. Buzzmod had really good shoulder range because they're using a Kyoto design. Right, there's a, yeah, there's 2 ball joints there, ball hinges inside. However, both of SHF and Buzzmod has terrible arm bend, like 90 degrees. And also terrible torso. This basically has no torso range. This has a little bit. And for hip, SHF is the best because she does not have a complete butt and has drop down hip, so she can kick to the side the best and kick very high. But unfortunately, her butt does not look as good as Figma and Buzzmod. Buzzmod had terrible hip range on that. This is as much as it can go to the side. So, yeah. Same goes for shoulder. Both of them are not as good as Figma. And ankle is sort of similar with SHF and the Figma. However, Buzzmod has no ankle pivot because they use a disc. Let me zoom in a bit. They use a disc here instead of a ball. So there's no room for ankle pivot. Well, that sucks. Anyway, after this section, we're going to do a brief size comparison. This is Figma 2B with SHF 9S. As far as I can remember, I don't think Figma has a 9S in development. They only have A2. So if you want 9S, this is pretty much your only option. Okay, let's see the next one. Amazing Yamaguchi Yane and Mayfax Jean Grey, Marvel Legend Psylocke, and Jada Cyberpunk Rebecca. No, not Rebecca. Lucy, sorry. X Kakunen Quinn Lee, and Roman Key Gun Girl. And the last one, Stone Collectible Morrigan. Alright, like I said before, if you want 2B right now, go get this one. This is the best one yet. Alright, that's it. See you guys next time.